Shalom, shalom to the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honor to the apostle nails of great millstone. Peace and blessings to the brothers that are preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai have mercy upon you. Not too familiar with this guy, but I think I heard of him. His name is Ron Yates. I mean, he got a little over 600-some thousand subscribers. Most of y'all might be familiar with him, but I'm not that familiar with him. The name of this video is Over. Trump alliterates IRS as Social Security just changed forever. So, let's get into it. Salakia, man.
Day. Why? Because President Donald Trump just pulled the pin on the biggest financial shakeup in American history. And that's not even the half of it. In fact, at the very same time, right? Very quietly, Social Security just made a change that will permanently impact how every American accesses their identity, their benefits, their future. But there was no press conference, there was no big rollout. But if you're on SSI or SSDI, let me know down in the comments. Or if you're just planning to retire one day in the future, you need to know what just happened. In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys exactly why President Trump's war against the IRS is just the beginning and what he's planning to do with your taxes next. We also need to talk about how your Social Security card's going fully digital this summer and what that really means for your privacy.
Look, man, notice here. All this war on this and war on that and war on this and war on that. All these people is trying to do is reboot the system. And what do I mean by rebooting the system? They're rebooting the system with the New World Order. And their New World Order consists of what? The MOTB, which is the Mark of the Beast. That's all this is about.
And why Biden's quiet $8,000 checks for federal retirees, they've got people asking, where's mine? Comment down below if you did not yet get an $8,000 Social Security check yet. I want to hear from you guys. Guys, this is not a drill. This is a permanent shift, and by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why some are calling this the end of the IRS and the beginning of a cashless, government-tracked future. So stick with me, guys, because we're going to go ahead and expose the truth like we always do right here on the Ron Yates channel. I really appreciate the support. Oh, and if you haven't already, please take a second, hit the like button, and subscribe to the channel. So first things first, we need to talk about the resignations that just rocked the IRS, okay? So according to the internal agency sources and corroborated headlines, 31% of IRS tax auditors just quit. Think about that. 31% of IRS tax auditors just quit. That's right, guys. So that's like 1/3 of their entire enforcement staff gone overnight. Why? Because President Trump and his Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE, just made it very clear. The days of government overreach through endless audits, they're over. And so here's the kicker. This was the plan all along. Trump saw...
Now, this video was 7 days ago now. It's not a new video. This video was 7 days ago.
And an executive order halting all new IRS hiring, freezing expansion efforts, and making sure that not a single new agent will be brought in under his watch. Now, if you've ever been audited, drop a quick yes in the comments down below, and let me know how much you enjoyed that process. But now, why is this such a big deal? Well, it's because under President Biden, they wanted to add 87,000 new agents. And let me know if you heard that those 87,000 new IRS agents were armed with guns or not. I don't know if you guys heard.
Urinate excessively, feel extreme fatigue, or have blurred...
Slack you, man.
Heard about that. Anyway, so these 87,000 new IRS agents, they were aimed directly at auditing small businesses, middle class families, and even tipped work.
Now, don't y'all remember that when they said they were gonna hire? I think they had said 80,000 or 60,000, something like that. I think it was 80,000 that they were gonna hire 80,000 IRS audited. I think that was about 3 years ago. 3 years, could be a little more, could be 3.5, 4 years. I don't know. With Trump, not Trump, but Biden, they said they were gonna hire these agents to audit. And people, I remember people getting scared and all this and that, and saying they were gonna come after people for this and that and this and that and this and that. But hey, this is what we are in. You know, you never can tell with the so-called white man how he's going to move, because a lot of things they'll push out and have you it's just like have you concentrating on this over here and over here. This is the real solution or problem or whatever it is that they well, I can't say a solution, or I can say a problem for us, right? But you know, we're in the time of not being not having, well, this for all people, whether y'all know it or not. It's outside of the wicked elite, you know, those of you all saying that you're rich. Hey man, listen, the FRN is gonna be gone, meaning your money. So all of you all that got money in the walls, in this floor, over here, in the car, none of that gonna be no good in a minute. This thing is going digital. How are you gonna stop what Esau Edom has going when everything is going digital? You can't stop it, because this is what they want to do. And the only person that are going to be able to, well, not person, but the only one that are going to be able to stop this is the Most High Himself, Yahweh, and His Son Yahweh Shai.
Workers. Now, if you're a 1099, if you're a 1099 worker or a 1099 business owner, drop a 1099 in the comments, guys. But Trump, he's doing the exact opposite. He's not stopping growth. He's actually tearing the IRS apart from the inside. So, and what we need to talk about is how Trump's war on IRS.
And how many times I've said that, man, over and over and over and over again, that Trump is tearing the system inside out first. Because what? He got to get the inner structure of the meaning the people, right? You know how many agents, you know how many government, different forms of government, IRS, FBI, Secret Service. You go on, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. And we talking about tens of thousands of people. You know, you got to get that first. You got to hit. You know, and these are who? Majority of people are so-called white people. Are so-called white people. You got Jake here and there, but most of these people are so-called white people, man. So you got to break down what they got, and you got to start with the head first. You got to start with the head, because you know, like they always say, shit trickles down. So you got to start at top first to get the even when, regardless of whether it's a government or just say a business, a company, like these plants that they have that they shutting down. What they doing? They starting at the top. CEOs, the ones that actually own the owners. They start with them first. And what are they gonna do? They're gonna offer money. They say they business or whatever it is worth, they say $100 million. They offer him $1 billion. What you think he's gonna do? He ain't gonna give a damn about no workers or nobody else, because we know that most Americans are selfish. This is how America teach you to be what? A selfish individual. And notice that's why they put a lot of these women in control. Look how many sisters that are captains and chiefs of polices. You know, you can buy them more quicker than a man, because see, one thing about most women, they think about themselves a lot. But you have men, when they come at men, most of the time like that, and I can't say all, but most of the time when they come at men be thinking about their families, children, wives. This is why they are more susceptible to doing what? Bucking up, or should I say, bucking up against what? The system. So he live in limo.
Waste and funding is unfolding behind the scenes, and why some are saying the entire tax system might be unrecognizable by the time he's done. But before we get to that, let me ask you real quick. Would we be better off, or do you think we would be better off as a country with no income tax? Just a quick yes or no on that one will do. But stick with me, because Trump has a plan for that too. So let's go deeper, right? The reason that so many IRS agents resigned is because President Trump's DOGE task force, they started surgically slashing the IRS budget from the top down, okay? They've been identifying all sorts of massive inefficiencies, wasteful contracts, and bloated salaries, and then cutting them out without hesitation. So this isn't just a tweak to the system. This is a full-blown dismantling of what President Trump calls a weaponized agency that's used to punish working Americans. And it's working. The IRS's budget has been gutted.
Feel extreme fatigue or have blurred vision.
Locky.
Entire.
He says that the IRS has been gutted. You know what? Let me Google something right quick, y'all. Can't go wrong with old Google, but you still got to use discernment concerning what's true and what's not. Let me see. How many IRS? Let me see. I got to start over. How many IRS tax agents resigned? Okay. He says, Google says, it's tricky to pinpoint to what the exact number of IRS agents who have resigned. But here's a break of what's happening with IRS staffing. Workforce reduction efforts. The IRS has been undergoing significant workforce reduction through what? Through various initiatives, including a deferred resignation program, buyouts, and termination. See, they go to offering of what? Of money. A money that they can't refuse. This is how you trick the people into doing what it is you want them to do with what? With monetary gain. So, but little do they know that things are going what? Digital. So the offers and the money that they are going to be offering these people, it's not gonna be in the form of what they think it's going to be. Because once that system reboots, and once they start coming down on you and with these ridiculous taxes and ridiculous this and that and home and whatever, it's going to be endless of BS that you're going to have to deal with. It said, including a deferred resignation program, the DRP, buyouts and terminations of what? Of probationary employees. So they're first. These efforts have what? Resulted in a substantial decrease in the IRS workforce. Okay, deferred resignation program, the DRP. In early 2025, the IRS offered a DRP allowing employees to resign and receive full pay and benefits through what? September the 30th. Remember that? Approximately, for those of you that are up on the news and what's going on around the world, you all remember this. Approximately 5,000 employees accepted this initial offer. They got the hell on. See, money. See, like I just said, American people, they're what? They selfish as hell. and not thinking about that they have a family, that they have a wife, they have sisters, they have brothers, they have cousins, uncles, nieces. They ran. Approximately 5,000 employees accepted this initial offer, with some remaining until until mid-May, due to what there was essential role, which is what we in now, May. And here we are. And this guy video just popped up. A second DRP was what offered in April, with over 23,000. God, 5,000, 23,000, what that is, or 28,000 already. Employees applying, and 13,000 approved as of April the 20, what I say, y'all, of April the 22nd. Probationary employee termination. In February 2025, the IRS issued termination notices to around 7,315 probationary employees, those with less than 1 year of service, representing a significant portion of the workforce. Man, that's a lot of people. These terminations were what was temporarily halted due to legal challenges, but were later reinstated. Why? Because the offering of that money, man. Money, you can always change a person's mind with money, man. You know, these people have endless monetary funds. Money is just what? On the computer. Hey, $200,000. You can find you another job. They're gonna take it and haul ass. The combined impact of, well, I just say $200,000. It could be more than that. You know, I'm just saying because a lot of these people probably salaries were probably $100,000 or better. The combined impact of the DRP and the probationary employee termination led to 11% reduction in the IRS workforce by March 2025. Hey man, you know we all are waiting for this right here. You know the IRS is what, you know, what collects what the money, just like hey man, the IRS and the education, they system and how they collect money is one and the same. It's one and the same. It's a bunch of scams. Okay, you say the Kiplinger reports that the IRS had roughly 103,000 employees in February of 2025. Further workforce reductions are expected through buyouts. See, they still buying them out. Buyouts after separation program. Some estimates suggest the IRS could lose up to 40% of its workforce. Impact of IRS or operations. It goes on and on. See, let me read the last portion right here. In conclusion, while a precise number of IRS agents' resignation is unavailable, the agency has experienced significant workforce reduction in 2025 through various initiatives, including the DRP and probationary employees terminations. This is expected to have a considerable impact on IRS operations and tax administration. So why file taxes? Why file taxes if they're doing this here? Why? Why do it? Hey man, look, we're coming into this time, this era, that again, everything's going digital, because a lot of these people, like they hell, who don't know that a lot of these salaries that these employees was having was bloated, meaning they're getting more than what they're worth, sitting around doing nothing and getting paid. So let's hear a little more.
Enforcement units are reportedly being downsized or even eliminated. And this is a total reversal of the Biden era expansion. And President Trump, he's making it very clear. Government doesn't get...
See, I said that earlier, Biden. When Biden was in, I know y'all, those of you that keep up with the news, I know y'all remember when Biden hired all of those IRS agents for what? For to do audits on who? The people. And a lot of people got what? Got afraid, right? But what happened? Trump coming right behind him and what? Tearing it down. Why? Because, listen, man, they're one and the same, man. All they doing is doing the bidding of what? Of the elite, of the wicked elite, man. Let's hear a little more.
To grow while Americans suffer. Can I get an amen on that? Now, the goal here, the IRS's control over the American middle class. Now, of course, we're going to talk about how President Trump's plan to eliminate income taxes entirely is gaining a lot of steam and how his tariff strategy could make it happen. In fact, yes, this will also affect your Social Security too. So stick around with me because this next piece of the story, guys, it's big.
So what does this mean? Huh? Who don't know that? Who don't know about the baby boom? Right? This system. You know, they always give a system. When they make a system, they make it what? To last for a certain period of time. And the last of the baby boom is like my era. Right? The one, the 60s, the mid and may get to like the early 60s, late 60s. You got what? Those are the ones that's gonna receive what? Now they might receive a portion of that what? Of that IRS or the SSI or whatever you want to call it, right? These things, not whatever you want to call it, but IRS, SSI, the Social Security programs, right? So for those of you what 70s, late 69, 71, 72, 80s up, you're not getting anything. You're not getting anything. Why? Because the system is this is why the rebooting of the system is needed because they already know it. They already know it. They didn't they scratch that dollar until they can't scratch it no more. You know, all they were doing was reprint money over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and you can't do it. Can't do it. That's a failed system within itself. You just keep reprinting money over and over and over when you need it. So now it's broken. So but hey, the law, the scriptures speak very clear concerning in the end times. And the end of time consists of what? The rebooting of the system / MOTB. Let's hear a little more.
Bigger than any tax cut we've ever seen. Consumer alert, guys. Most people think, or actually most people just go ahead and pick the wrong Medicare plan and they end up paying hundreds over what they should be paying. They're overpaying by hundreds of dollars. Why? Because most agents, they only share with you a handful of options. And that's why Chapter is different, okay? So Chapter and their advisors, they compare every plan in your area. They verify your doctors, make sure you're going to be taken care of very well, and they check for hidden benefits that could save you big. If we look at Julie in Kansas, she's saving $400 a year, right back.
Hey man, this guy just really just shooting the shit and trying to get what he just get the money. Let's read some of these comments. Let's read some of these comments right here. Okay, that's him. See, he just, he's basically trying to give you a way out, which is really no way out. It's no way out. The only way is what is in these times we're gonna be a how about Shem Shai. You can't get around Esau's plan. This is Margaret. Margaret says I believe seniors should be should not be paying income tax at all. No federal or state, whatever. But this is the devil's system. And the devil of the earth is who? Esau, even the so-called white man. So you're going to pay taxes until you go in the grave. Property taxes should be illegal. Yeah, illegal to the Israelites. But who the land really belongs to? No such thing. What they did? They said that they going what that was what is it called? What is it called, y'all? Damn, I can't think of God damn it, I can't think of what is it? The freeing of the slaves. Where's the free and the slave? Can't think of it, y'all. Can't think of the damn the name of it. But you all know what I'm talking about. Can't think of it. Anyway, but they call themselves free and the slave, and then turn around and they turned around and did what? And then enslaved the whole world with taxes, with the 13th and the 14th Amendment. Hey, this is what they do. This is an old system that they've been doing for a long time, but you know, as it gotten to be they got more wiser. They get more wiser. When I say wiser, meaning what? In pushing, because I mean, it's not that they smarter than everybody. It's just that they make the laws, and by them making the laws and making up the laws as they go, they make it up. So how you can't get around it. You find a way out, they'll change the law. As soon as you find a way out, check it and change it up again. But the laws of Yahweh Shah don't change, man. Absolutely no cashless. See that? What it is, Ray? Tina. Rena? Look, Tina or Rena, I don't know what it is. Absolutely no cashless. See that? Let me see. Let me break this up right here. Let me open this up. If it opens. I don't want to open, y'all. I don't know what's going on. Benny Greenhall, as a retiree, I can't live I can't live on taxes $1,900 a month. And this is a white man. So-called black man ain't getting no $1,900 a month. Can't get food stamps or any other assistance. That gotta be a man now. Yeah, Benny. That's a man. He can't get no food stamp or no kind of assistance to help me. Worked 2 jobs most of my life. This is what? My golden years. I just want to survive. Thanks, IRS. Hey man, listen. You know, Eve, women, y'all are gonna always been working the system forever. So now that the system is broken and they're rebooting the system, that means that all of the freedom that you all had, you're not gonna have it anymore. You're not gonna be able to file for divorce or leave your husband or leave him and be the first one to run and go and do this and do that, to go live in another man's arms. No, those days are coming to a head. Property tax is exorbitant and unacceptable. It's unfair and impoverishing the retirees and the middle class. Enough is enough. And not ain't enough. Enough is not going to be enough until this place is gone. Did not get 8,000 or anything. That could be a lie they tell. Am in favor of what? Dismantling the unconstitutional IRS. Not in favor of digital ties and U.S. currency. See that? See, these white people is very aware concerning the digital currency. Why? Because a lot of these so-called white people, they have over the years, them suckers be making a lot of money, and trust and believe they got a lot of money, a lot of paper money stashed somewhere in these walls and because one thing about the so-called white man, he don't put his money in the damn bank. He don't put his money in the bank. They got them FRN, trust and believe. They got them everywhere. And because they're what? They've been. Let's see, let me break this open right quick. Can't go to now. Can't go and nobody reply. Let me see over here. It won't let me click on nobody reply. I guess I gotta be signed into his thing, or I don't know what the hell it is. Clarence says what? I haven't received any 8,000 check. I'm a 63 retired U.S. Army vet. No to Catholic society. See, these are men. Let's see, can we find a woman's comment? Let's see what Patrick say. Patrick said, I think if you have taxes taken out of your paycheck, you shouldn't be taxed again, period. Yeah, right. That's a good thought. Trying to find a female woman. Let's see. Lewis. That's Lewis. Can't find no women on here, man. I want a woman's comment concerning the system. Okay, here go Monica. Monica Austin. Yeah, if you don't make enough money to file taxes, I don't make enough money to file taxes. How do I get any extra money? See, you know she on the system. She in the system, but she don't make enough money to file taxes. So how you living then? If you ain't making enough money to file taxes, you off the government programs. And see, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is exactly what I'm talking about right here. Let's see, can we get Judah? Let's see what Judah say. Judy. Let's see what Judah say. I guess basically similar. I did not get a check. I'm 78 years old and live below poverty line. Things are tough, should I say. Things are tough. When are we going to get a relief? Thanks for giving us real information. Keep up the good work. Hey, man, see, these women always crying about they what? That's two of them right there back to back. Crying about they not making enough money and they not poverty. But guess what? You getting free medical assistance. You getting, I mean, you name it. Living, probably paying what, $40 for $70, if not even that, or $10 for what? For a rent. This is what the system is broken. Who wants the system to change more than a man? Or more than a man? Yes, IRS be gone. See, that's Eve there. I know you like a Northern Kingdom, but hey, listen to a little more of this here, man. I ain't got, but I'm not gonna go into a spiel on the scriptures. I got 2, maybe 3 scriptures, and I'm gonna close this out.
Back in her pocket. Jamie in Texas, $600 returned to her Social Security. I mean, times like this, who couldn't benefit from an extra $600, right? And
Thank you, man.
they're totally free. So why are they even doing this, right? Well, their parents got screwed over in the same Medicare situation, being put on plans that weren't good for them, overcharged left and right. It's ridiculous. They're 65 years old and they were just taken advantage of. So they started this company called Chapter because their own families, their own parents, they were misled. So anyway, I'm gonna leave a number for Chapter down below. Give them a call. Let them know that Ron Yates sent you. You can just say Ron. They know me. Anyway, hit them up. Call them at 909-563-8279, or you can hit them up on the website askchapter.org/Ron. Make the smart choice before.
Let me go down a little more, man. Ron getting it in, man.
Now, of course, the left is panicking. Media outlets, progressive politicians, they're all sounding the alarm that, oh, Trump's plan is going to balloon the deficit. But is that really true? Plus, of course, we need to talk about how this IRS takedown is just the beginning. In fact, also how Social Security is about to change forever. And so now that President Trump is dismantling the IRS and he's slashing income taxes and looking to replace revenue with tariffs, how is the left responding? Well, exactly as you might have expected. Meltdowns. Progressive media outlets are calling it reckless, irresponsible, even dangerous. So they're saying President Trump's plan is going to balloon the national deficit. But let's talk the real facts, right? Thanks to cuts made by Trump and Doge, the federal budget is actually shrinking for the first time in years. That's right, it's actually shrinking. And all the IRS resignations, well, they're being hailed as proof that the agency was bloated with waste. Meanwhile, Trump supporters, they're celebrating this as basically a long overdue win for Main Street America.
But Trump rocking their ass to sleep, ain't it, man? He rocking them to sleep. This is how it's gonna happen. Just when they think that they got a relief, and everybody he get the whole country behind him, and they be like, oh yeah, yeah. That's when that hammer gonna come down, all at once. That's when it gonna come down.
So let's be real, guys. For decades, politicians were saying, we'll cut taxes for the middle class. Have they ever done that? Seriously, have you ever seen politicians cut taxes for the middle class? Trump is the first one actually doing it, and that's why Washington insiders are panicking. Now, if you thought, Trump's takedown of the IRS was big, wait till you see what just happened to Social Security, your benefits, your identity, and of course, your retirement will never look the same again. Now, starting this summer, the Social Security Administration, they are going digital. Your Social Security card.
Boom, there it is, y'all. Digital. That's the point in this whole spiel that he's going over through. The whole point is that the system being what? Digital. Let's hear a little more.
This is something that's been a fragile piece of paper for decades. This is now going to be available on your phone or your computer through your My Social Security account. Now, just drop me a quick 1 if you think that this is a safe, good idea. Drop a 2 if you think that this is not safe and it's not a good idea. So the SSA just announced the launch of a secure digital SSN card that will allow you, basically, it'll let you instantly access your number without needing a physical card, a physical copy, right? No more mailing delays, no more in-person office visits, and most importantly, less risk of identity theft is what they're saying. So
see, there go the scare. No identity theft. This is how they do it. This is how they get you to do what they want you to do, right? Cause what's within the last about 3 or 4 years, what they doing? I know you all received a letter from a place that you worked at, receiving a letter about your identity and your compromise and this here and that down, or if y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't go through the wording of the system. I mean, with the paperwork, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Though for those of you all that had jobs, and was one of your former jobs was sent you a paper and was talking about your information was whatever. They were compromised, and now your identity and stuff might be compromised. So this is what they're doing. This is the overall overall. I mean, all these things was coincide with one another. All they doing is trying to get all your information and put it in one big bubble, and that one big bubble is going to consist of what? That microchip. All your information, no such thing as you lying to the IRS, then turn around and lie to the Social Security place, then turn around and lie to food stamp office, then turn around and lie. Who does that often? You women do. Y'all the ones receiving all these things and telling all these lies about the children, who in the home, who not in the home, and y'all need these things and doing. These are the lies that y'all tell. Now your lies are gonna be what? Gonna be, you're not gonna be able to tell all those lies because why? Because all of your information gonna be in one big circle, man. So because the system, they're gonna communicate with one another.
SSA's acting commissioner says this is a part of a larger modernization effort in order to streamline access to protect personal information. But here's where it gets very interesting. Is this digital upgrade just about convenience, or is this a test run for a future where IDs, benefits, and even your money go 100% digital?
See that? Huh? Old Ron Yates on to something, right? What's going on? Okay, let's skip.
Like, what's the next?
How about they stop Ron from talking, y'all? So let's back it up a little bit. 1241, where he said what he just, the statement he just made. They went to, soon as he said that, soon as he said what he said, what did they do? They went to a commercial, and then they turned right around and did not let his voice. Let's see if we're gonna see if we do it again. Let's hear it. See, look at that, they did it again. Wow, they did it again.
Without needing a physical card, a physical copy, right? No more mailing delays, no more in-person office visits, and most importantly, less risk of identity theft is what they're saying. So the SSA's acting commissioner says this is a part of a larger modernization effort in order to streamline access to protect personal information. But here's where it gets very interesting. Is this digital upgrade just about convenience, or is this a test run for a future where IDs, benefits, and even your money go 100% digital? Like, what's the next step here, right? Well, stick with me, because what we're about to discuss next, this could be the beginning of a cashless, government-controlled future, and it seems to already be starting. So this move to digital...
Run on to it, huh? Ron telling you right here. Huh?
Social security cards, this isn't just about convenience. We always know that there's more to that with the government, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of a part of a complete overhaul of how Social Security operates in the modern era. The SSA is aiming to reduce in-person visits entirely. They're looking to cut back on mailed replacement cards, and they want to slash the administrative delays that have been frustrating seniors for decades. This is a major shift toward streamlined digital-first governance, but it's also raising some serious questions. Will this physical card eventually go away completely? Will offline Americans be left behind? And, could this be the first step in a federal push for an all-digital identity and currency? Now,
I'm gonna stop it right there, man. Y'all want to watch the rest of this video here, man? This guy named Ron Yates. Let's go up a little bit. Yeah, right here, y'all. Ron Yates. And the name of the video is Over. Trump alliterates IRS as Social Security and just changed forever. I mean, but we know what the point is. So I'm just gonna go straight to the head of it, which is Revelations 13 and 16. And this is the reason. I mean, for the digital concerning New World Order / MOTB. Revelation 13:16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. What is that, y'all? What is it? All Esau, Edom, and we going with what? America is what? Causeth all to do what? To receive that microchip, the charagma, all, both small and great, rich and poor, meaning you what? Both small and what? And great, rich and poor, free and bond, whether you're in society, whether you're in prison, or to receive a mark in what? In their hand. So no matter where you're at, or whether you're going to be free in the free world, we call it free world, meaning outside of what? The walls of what? A prison, and being an inmate or something. It does not matter. You're going to what? You're going to receive this mark. Because this mark goes into you being able to what? To buy or sell. To buy or sell what? Goods. Food. This is what the system, which is the beast. What's the beast? The system. You know, they're one and the same. The system is what's going to change, and what we are now saying, calling it the New World Order, but it's just a term that they use to keep confusion going on concerning the scriptures pinpoints and gives you the truth behind all the lies that Esau Edom is telling. To receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, that no man, natural man, might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, which is the chip, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So, this is all this is about, man. The inner workings and tearing down the inner workings of the system, which is the current beast system. They're doing what? They're tearing it down, and they're telling you that telling you giving you confusion concerning what's the truth behind what they're doing. The government is not trying to help you do a damn thing. All they doing is trying to get you tied more and more into what? Their new system, which is their New World Order. And how they're going to get you tied into that by what? By forcing you. By forcing you with what? You not being able to buy or sell without what? Without having or receiving that chip. And if you would, if the law Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is not with you, you're not going to be able to resist, because you're not aware of the overall let me just say faith. You don't have faith. And true faith is in who? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, not Jesus. If you still calling on Jesus, you're going to do what? It's a good chance that you're going to, that image, which is their system, you're going to be part of what? That system, which is that beast system. Let's go to Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast, which is his system, and his image, which is his system, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, which is the charagma. If you're doing what? You receive that, what happened? Verse 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of thy power, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Meaning what? Extreme anger. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. What is that? That's the nuclear missiles. In the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. The Lamb is who? Who everyone ignorantly called Jesus. They're all going to be a witness. The Lamb, which is Yahweh Shai, we are ignorantly called Jesus. The angels, they all are going to be a what? Where the elect is going to be taken up in the process of what? Of the of Yahweh Shai appearing just before the destruction of the brimstone and fire. So they all are going to be a witness until what? The destruction of said America. Verse 11 of Revelation 14 and 11. And the smoke of their torment, meaning their destruction, ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receive the mark of his name. Here is the patience in the faith of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of thy power and of the faith of Yahweh Shai. So I'm not gonna go into all the spiel concerning the who the saints are, which is Psalm 148 and 14. We know who the saints are. The saints are the Israelites. And the faith, the true faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai in these times is what's going to be needed. right? For what? For salvation. And salvation equals what? Mercy. If you are still around here calling on your oppressor's God and looking up to the white man and his system, you're not going to make it out of Babylon, which is a miracle during these times. So when that norm say, call her Lord Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rekah HaKodash, Shalom. Don't take the chip.